Good evening. What a blessing we got going over here. My medium's all talking about you go in and you handle this, Master Kiriel. I can do it. You can do it. What does he want to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to advertise you. All right? I'm going to be an advertising executive. I'm going to take right here called the, whoops, over here. Anyway, somewhere. It says the great shift of planet Earth. The end times. What is this end times of planet Earth? Well, I'll tell you what it isn't. It isn't the end of time. It may be end of time as you recognize it. Understand this? The end of time as you recognize it. The mediums over here spewing about the no more dollars and no more cents and no more governments and so on and so forth. And who cares about all that? Because I'll tell you these things, lads and lasses. If it's going to happen, you can't do a thing about it. You can't do one thing about it. Your president will be just like you. And your premier is going to be just like them. But understand this thing, my friends. They'll all wake up to this great shift in consciousness at one ending time. But that's what it begins in this whole journey. So, you know, you talk about Master Jesus coming back to the earth plane. What happens after that? And maybe he's going to come back to this whole journey. I can't tell you he doesn't. But understand this. If he comes into this journey, he's going to do the same thing he did when he was here 2,000 years ago. He's going to come in, he's going to start healing the people. And he's not going to have any great statements of telling you where he's been and where he's going to do and so on and so forth. He's going to walk into the publics right now and start healing the people. And just like the last time he was here, the people will want to crowd around him and they'll suffer him again, suffocate him. And understand this thing, my friend. The medium, my medium, he tells you that he wants everybody to become a healer. He wants you to learn how to be a healer. Because you can't wait for a Master Jesus to come in and spare you this untold times of grief and all the other things. Because understand, my medium, he's the pro, not me, not Master Jesus, but the medium, he teaches how to heal. It's got the thing up here called the end times of Mother Earth. December 18th. What is December 18th? It's a date in a calendar. But understand this thing. I'm going to do most of this journey right now. So if you want to know what Master Jesus is going to do, he's going to come over here and he's going to walk in the middle of New York City, Manhattan. And he's going to walk to Deirdre's house, you know, and tell Deirdre, come out here, I'm going to heal you, lass. And don't that be great for her? What about the mediums over here in Honolulu? Well, what is he going to do in New York? It's be cooler and be calmer and be more satisfying to be here in Hawaii, wouldn't he? Well, maybe he'd be in Ohio. Ohio. You know, Ohio's a nice little town. But understand this thing. He's going to come. Don't worry about it. What you got to do is what you're going to do on this great shift in consciousness. Be aware of this, my friend. You're going to be a healer. Oh, just like Master Jesus? Yeah. Just like my medium? Yeah. Just like this medium, that medium? Yes. Understand this thing, my friend, because it's the only options you're going to have, aren't you? Because be aware of this much. At this time, in this space, you got to be healed, and you got to heal quickly. Because understand, I was over here in my medium talking about this whole journey a couple of days ago about a quarter of a second for your brain to send this message into your journey and for you to move your finger. Blip. A quarter of a second. And then the next quarter of a second, you actually start to move it. Well, understand this. You took that second quarter of a second, your brain sends it down, but you stretch it out to 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds, maybe 9 seconds. If you got 9 seconds, be aware of this, my friends. You got to be aware of this fully. Because at 9 seconds, all the time you need to decide you're going to act in love. Because if you're acting in love, you're going to get to this great shift. There it is, my friend. Act in love, you're going to get to this shift. If you're not acting in love, you're going to be go out and stealing the guy's money, but the money's not worth anything to you. Understand it? Because it's just got to be worthless as garbage in the bucket. But understand this whole project. My friends, if you got love, you got kindness in your heart, kindness in your heart. What's these bad guys going to be doing out there if they get through this shift? Well, they won't get through this shift because there's no room for them in this new shifting energy. It's a peaceful planet of love and light. And the only people who are going to get along is not the one with money, because you steal all the money. You can take it, all your money. But what are you going to do if nobody wants to take it back from you? It's just be worthless to you. But understand this thing, lads and lasses. If you get your heart up, that 9 seconds, quarter that you got to do, and then 9 seconds, you just stretch out 9 seconds. That's a long time for you to decide one thing. Can I do it in love? Because if I can't do it in love, I'm going to be God. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to go back to the God creator and go find another planet to do work on, because this earth plane isn't going to be it. It's not going to be the earth plane any longer. Well, am I being too wordy on you, or too afraid of for you? I don't mean to be, but understand this thing, lads and lasses. This whole journey is about what you've got to be aware of. And this is what I'm telling you right now. This whole project is whether you can get that 9 seconds. 9 seconds. I did this program called 90 Seconds to Find Peace and Prosperity. 90 seconds for you to change your life. 90 seconds. That's 30, 60. That's 1 minute. And 90, and another 30 seconds, a minute and a half. A minute and a half for you to get this whole journey back to right. Because understand this thing. This great shift in times, this what they call it, the end times of planet Earth. I know what it said I'm saying. It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. And I'll tell you this. If you got 90 seconds, if you got 90 seconds to decide whether you're going to stay or go, the only thing you got to ask yourself is, do I understand anything about love at all? Anybody stands tall in love, they're going to get out of this whole brand. You know, the end times of Master Jesus coming in, he's going to be in New York, or he's going to be in Hawaii, or going to be in Germany, or where he's going to be. That's great. But what about the other millions of people that don't know about it? Because there'll be no television in Israel. Oh, my gracious, I'm just terrible stuff, right? I'll tell you this. The great shift in time is where we start over, one heart at a time. One heart at a time. I've been saying that for 20 plus years, medium. And understand it, I'm saying it stronger than I've ever said it before. You've got 90 seconds, my friends, to do what you're going to do. And you better make sure it's in love. Because if you're not going to be in love, you'll be trampled by the masses. Because the people are not going to put up with it. Understand it? There's nothing but love. And if that's too much for you, click off the channels and don't come out there on the 18th of December. You don't come talk to me, because I'm going to tell you the same thing over and over again. But I got some new things I'm going to talk about, and you'll be ever glad that you changed your mind to see us. My medium tells me how hard this has been. I didn't see anything hard about this at all. It's been a piece of cake. Thinking about love. That's what I want you to think about. If you think about love, and then you'll know what you're doing. My friends, God bless to each and every one of you. If you don't believe in the God Creator, that's all right. I do. God bless you, and good evening.